We begin with that boat crew, known for helping deliver mail on the Detroit River, now being hailed as heroes after helping save a fisherman's life over the weekend. Thank you for joining us for the news at 6. I'm Mike Duffy. You may recall the crew of the Westcott helped save another man's life earlier this month after he fell from the Ambassador Bridge into the Detroit River. As 7 Action News reporter Whitney Burney shows us, the crew's rescue efforts happen far more often than most of us realize.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week for about 250 days a year.
Days like this, it's excellent.
You'll find the crew of the Westcott out on the Detroit River.
Occasionally the Belle Isle anchorage and the Ojibwe anchorage, that's pretty common. I think we've gone out to a little bit further for some random breakdowns of boats just stuck in the river at a spot that they need to get someone out there.
That's Captain James Hogan, who says this job has been in his family for 5 generations.
Since about 1874, we've been delivering mail and people packages, sometimes pizza, what have you, whatever sailors on the Great Lakes need.
The vessel, which is the only floating zip code in the U.S., spends about 2 to 3 hours every day making deliveries. What you may be surprised to know is that the crew often finds themselves rescuing straggling swimmers and boaters too.
Every now and then you'll get dogs in the water, bodies that just kind of float up sadly, and other people that just had an unfortunate accident happen.
About 2 weeks ago, the crew helped to save a man who fell 150 feet off of the Ambassador Bridge.
Somebody just got into the water!
After being alerted by bystanders, the Westcott crew made it out to the critically injured worker within minutes.
Oh, he on the bow! He on the bow!
And it didn't stop there. Last Tuesday, the crew says they were able to help Detroit Fire pull a floating body from the water. And just this past weekend, again, they helped to pull a fisherman to safety after he went overboard. Rescues are technically not a part of their job description, but it is something that the crew trains for. Is the reason why they have things like life preservers here on board, as well as this. This is the Jason's Cradle. It's a tool that the crew was able to use earlier this month when they saved the man who fell off the Ambassador Bridge. The crew says although they're not expected to take the place of first responders, they're happy to lend a helping hand.
You just start to notice things in the water and you're like, that's not normal. Go check it out because, sometimes it is just like the head of a person that's, trying to keep afloat.
On the Detroit River,
we do what we can with what we got.
Whitney Burney, 7 Action News.
Okay, Whitney, we are certainly happy for what they do outside of their job description.